Hello.
Hi, Sarah. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Have a seat.
Thank you. Thank you for meeting with me today.
Of course. So, Sarah, tell me about yourself and why you're interested in this position.
Yeah. So I just graduated from Ball State University with a major in business administration and a minor in organizational communication. And I'm interested in this position because I've learned over the time at school that I am passionate about fundraising and connecting donors with universities, maybe that they graduated from, and really engaging them with the current students.
Awesome. So I see on your resume that you were involved in Women in Business. So can you tell me more about this?
Yeah, so my freshman year, me and some other females in my program, we saw that there were a lot of strong-minded and ambitious young women going out into a career field that is growing, the female business field, and so we wanted to create an organization at Ball State that supported them and encouraged them and empowered them. And so most recently my role within the organization was corporate relations and connecting companies and past alumni with our current members and making sure that they're engaged and brought back to campus.
Okay, so can you, how can those skills that you learned within that position be carried into this role?
Yeah, so during that time, I always made sure that our visitors and alumni were well taken care of and everything was planned and for their visit and everything went smoothly. So I want to do that just the same with our current donors in your organization and make sure that they're taken care of.
Okay, so if you were to be meeting with a potential donor and they had hesitations about making the gift, how would you help them along with their decision?
So I'd make sure that I understood what hesitations they were referring to, work out those hesitations and point by point kind of make sure that they aligned with our organization's values and what we could bring to them, and just ensure them that what they were wanting out of the gift they would receive.
So how would you handle a situation where one of your donors is unhappy with the way their gift is being used?
So sometimes this does happen, unfortunately, where donors are uncomfortable with the situation or they would have preferred the use of their gift in a different way. So it is my role as kind of their key person in that relationship with our organization to make sure that I do my best to keep them comfortable with where they're at and work out any kinks in the relationship. And I can just do this by reassuring them that the communication is open at all times and that we just want the best for them and their gift, and of course for our students.
So what is the best form of communication for you in regards to working in a team?
So teamwork is always important, obviously, in any kind of position, but especially with this one. So there's a lot of components going into donor relations, and in regards to communication, I think as long as we're open with how we best work with each other. So for me, it's not always face-to-face because of travel or whatnot. So as long as we're open with each other about, today we should do a phone conference, or tomorrow when I'm back in town we should meet face-to-face. So maybe just first establishing what works best for everyone.
Okay, so tell me about a time when you were in a team setting and there was a conflict. How was the issue resolved?
Yeah, so conflict is inevitable, but hopefully the team can come out stronger together and for the betterment of the organization. So a situation that I'm thinking of was back when I was at Ball State. I was a part of an organization that our core focus was fundraising, and so within a small team, we developed a fundraising strategy for maybe a week out. We needed a fundraising push, and our team thought we were prepared to communicate that to the larger leadership within the organization, and when we did so, there was a lot of concern with the organization's method of communicating it out to the public, and in regards to the sensitivity of the organization and our donors. And so myself and the small team had to get back together and kind of re-strategize about that communication. And so we did that, and we ran it past the larger organization team again, and we carried out a very well fundraising push, and we raised a lot of money.
So I see on your resume that you are doing research on donor relations at university foundations. What information are you trying to learn?
Mm-hmm. So for me, I'm very passionate about always connecting the donor with the gift and making sure that they're happy and that they are empowered to make another gift, if not larger. And so I want to look at the relationship that the fundraising officer has with the individual and see how they're communicating with them and what forms and kind of how they're always stewarding their donors. And so I'm looking at that and seeing kind of what data plays into the likelihood of another gift.
Okay, so there are a lot of different components to this position. How will you stay organized and keep donors happy?
So I always think it's a fun challenge when there's so much going on and every day is a little different. And so I stay organized first by writing stuff down, whether that's first on paper and not losing that piece of paper until it's like digitally recorded, making sure that if a date is on my calendar that it's not overbooked by something else, and I always keep my priorities straight. Something I've learned in college is that it's okay to say no sometimes and to make sure that you're not taking on too much.
Okay, so there is a lot of travel involved with this position. Are you available to do this?
Yes. Yes, I am. And very excited as well.
Okay, so do you have any further questions for me?
I'm just interested as to what this organization's core values are.
Yeah, of course. So our main values within our organization are learning, discovery, freedom, and individual opportunity.
That's awesome. Very cool.
Okay, well, thank you very much for coming today.
Yes, thank you very much. Okay. And